It really was.
It was indeed, mate, and I absolutely loved every single celebration that I saw from player, manager, coaching staff, fan. It was just beautiful to watch. It really was. This is going to be a fun segment part now. Moving over to lead judges. So I might have to eat a little bit of humble pie. Does lead judges have to eat a little bit of humble pie when it comes to Nicolas Pepe and his criticism of him? What have I been telling you about this guy, lead judges? Yeah. I've been telling you about Pepe. I've been saying, listen, he gets criticism and it's unfair. Last night, Lee, in all seriousness, he was superb, wasn't he?
He was brilliant, and I'll tell you what. Listen, I actually have said I'm in Tom camp. I think he can do a lot more with his talent. That's all I've always said that. I've said he's probably the best finisher that we got at the club. Proved that yesterday with that goal. It was an absolutely sublime finish. I didn't really see it, didn't realise how good that finish was until I got home and watched it. I've watched it about 10 times now, I'm not going to lie, but it was absolutely fantastic finish. Yeah, listen, I said to him before the game, he's got to come on and show what he can do.
You said to him, did you? You had a word, little cheeky word. You're going to try and take credit for that?
Yeah. Listen. I've had a chat with Mikel, and I think that I've inspired him to these. I've said you can't afford to drop no points, Mikel, and he said, "Yes, Lee, I know, and we won't." And I see him looking up to me, and I said, "Get Cedric off." So there you go. So listen, we've all been calling that out as well about Arteta, like for like substitutions. Yesterday he didn't just see how quickly I've got off the Pepe one, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'll come back to it. But that was very, very good. Pepe, first things first, needed a goal, desperate for a goal. Arteta got him on first, showed the confidence. You're coming on first. Whether he would have done if Smith Rowe was available or not, don't matter. He was the first one they called him. Go and win this game for us. He did. I think it was a magic 20 minutes from him. Not just from him, by the way. Eddie, who we've all criticised. I don't think anybody can say. I thought he was brilliant when he came on, really pacey and everything like that. Great cutback for the goal, but Pepe had so much more to do for that goal. And if that chance, and I said this to Dan earlier on, if that chance falls to Lacazette, we don't score it. Simple as that. It had to be Pepe. He takes it and does really well. Would I start Pepe in the next game? No, because I think Martinelli and Smith Rowe are in front of him at this moment in time. But he is doing everything now what he needs to do. And I don't know if it's a funny thing. Somebody said this on something today. His stats in the second part of the season were unbelievable last season. So it looks like he's a slow burner. I don't know why he's good, but listen, there's no denying he's got talent, and he was involved in both goals yesterday in that 20 minutes film. Now, do you imagine if he could do that for 90 minutes? We wouldn't be having this conversation, would we? We would not be having this conversation. He wouldn't be on the bench. He'd be playing week in, week out. He's got to be given the chance. So I agree with that, one. And when he gets a chance, he's got to take it. He's come on in the last two games and he's been bang on it. Bang on it. And I thought he looked sharp in the game against Brentford, and he was bang on it last night. Thank you, Nicolas Pepe. Well done. And I'm very, very pleased.
Great stuff, man. I love to hear it. Pepperdine Zidane, apparently, Sophie's being called at the moment. I must admit, Sophie, you and I have been fans of him, and we wanted to see him get his chance. And my God, did he take it last night? 13 goals from Saka this season and last season combined. 15 from Saka and 13 combined in the last two from Smith Rowe. Pepe got 16 alone last season. Hasn't been given the chance this season. Has in the last two. How big is the rest of the season for Nicolas Pepe, Sophie?
I think it's huge. So for the criticism I'll get on Arteta, I'll toot my own horn about Pepe, because I said to Kev a couple of weeks ago that he could be a trump card between now and the end of the season. Oh my gosh, thank you, Tony. He could be a trump card between now and the end of the season. I think he could be the super sub, the superhero. One of our listeners, MK from Arsenal Los Angeles, did this meme for us called Pepe Don't Preach. And I think that he's one of those players that...
Love it.
Love it. That's brilliant.
It's very cool. She's awesome. Yeah. And I think he's one of those players where his stats speak louder than what you see on the pitch. And I think that comes with the pressure of being Arsenal's most expensive transfer ever. 72 million. That comes with an insurmountable amount of pressure as well. And he's a form player. So when he's played well and he's been benched, I think that's affected him. And we've all seen that Mikel Arteta is a a manager who plays players who train well, and he pushes players to the point where if you're not doing what he wants, he will bench you. And I think that Mikel's probably learned from some of his mistakes. He's seen how well Pepe played at AFCON. And at this point, without having had those January transfers, beggars can't be choosers. And let's be honest, of that bench, he's the most talented who can come on and change a game on a whim. And he did exactly what we've been wanting him to do more consistently, is be the game changer. I think we saw the best of him in that Laka Oba front three in our FA Cup run. But his touch before the goal was just sublime. You know, I think he will get more. I think he'll gain confidence from that. But I think there's something about him that likes to come on and be the hero. I would prefer him to be the super sub than to be the one who starts. Saka's always going to be the guy that starts. But God forbid there's an injury. We know Pepe can come in and do the job. And I believe that he can have a huge part between now and the end of the season and be a total X factor for the team. And I'm happy to see that Mikel's recognised that he's the answer.
I find it really fascinating when people say, "Oh yeah, Pepe in the team, got to be in the team and everything." And I get that, but who are you leaving out for Pepe? That's my thing at the moment. I'm not leaving Saka out for him, and I'm not leaving Martinelli out for him. So the only position I can see is, like, we've had this argument with me and Dan have tried to convince people like Kevin for a start, you know, that he can play down the middle. Kevin won't have it, but I feel that there is a place for him there.
Yeah, but also Lee, I think that, you know, look what we're in a situation now where we actually have competition for places. Arsenal haven't had that in years.
No.
It's always been complacency. Ozil knew he would start. Mustafi knew he would start. Kolasinac knew he would start. Yeah. Look what Jota's done for with Firmino and that front three at Liverpool. Look what City's built on competition, right? Chelsea competing for spots. And I think this has elevated the situation. Tierney is playing better since he had that competitive moment where everyone was like, whoa, is Nuno going to be the starter? You know, you've got Martinelli and Emile Smith-Rowe on that left side as well. So I think that's the beauty about our team right now, is that this competitiveness is breeding better play, you know?
And you know what? As I'll come to you with this one, Tom, because you've been openly critical about Pepe, and many people have, to be honest. But yesterday,
it's not a lonely camp to be in, is it?
No, it really isn't, mate. It really isn't. And you know, even though I do stick up for him and protect him a little bit, I don't think he's, you know, faultless. I certainly see why people do get on his back, because he can look a bit lazy, he can look frustrating, can look a bit clumsy and a bit lackluster at times. But the numbers don't lie, the stats don't lie. He does deliver, whether he's on the field or not. He seems to create, assist, score goals. So I think you have to give him credit for that, and that's why I've always kind of half stuck up for him, really. But